think the more fun one is always the turnaround, isn't it? Because it's more of a challenge, and you really have to overcome naysayers. You have to overcome really negative perceptions, and I think that a lot of brands have kind of got into that space. I mean, you had it with Under Armour for a while when the CEO came out and he was very pro Trump, and obviously he had to be kind of shuffled off the block, and they had to try and sort of come back to this idea of being sports and liberal and for everyone, and that was difficult, and they took a knock as a result of that. And then, on the flip side, not that they needed a turnaround, but Nike with Colin Kaepernick, which then resulted in people on the right burning their Nike sneakers in barrels in their back gardens. There's always going to be cohorts of people who really hate what you stand for. I think the problem is when you go through, either a massive perception shift, which is negative, where pretty much everyone feels badly about you, or whether you've got a product that kind of let people down, and then you kind of almost have to come back from an efficacy perspective and get trusted again. So I think, but those for me are always the fun ones because they're challenging and they're meaty and they're difficult. Whereas I think the previous scenario, which is some people know about them, but they want to become bigger and better. That's just about finding different ways to shout from the rooftops and different ways to kind of grow what they already stand for. You're not trying to undo or unpick or reframe. I always think that those kind of reframing and unpicking jobs are the ones that actually the vast majority of people will tend to avoid because they are more difficult and you just kind of don't really want to do them. But I think if you dive into that and you really embrace that, that's when you really cut your teeth as a strategist and as a professional in this space.